All right, it's all about rainbows, and we are just going to do the simple splash today. The splash is all about those fluid lines, and I love to get nice and wide and come back real narrow. It makes it real dramatic. And as we make kind of the arms or the legs of our splash, we really want to think about variety. Not crazy variety, because we all want it to look like a one splash and look good. But as I do it, I might do a one that reaches out that far, one that goes out this far, maybe kind of a double, triple one there. And try to get some variety in there. The worst thing you can do is mess it up, which is a good possibility of doing anyway. And all our mess ups are the things that lead us to our masterpieces. That guy, something happened to him. And so we don't need to be afraid of mistakes. Don't be frustrated. There's a book that talks about going out and getting a job, and you need to get 100 no's until you get a yes when you're job hunting sometimes, and that's truly the case. So if we're looking at the rainbow, we're talking again about Roy G. Biv. All right? And on my super simple rainbows, I will leave out indigo. But what I want to think about is 7 areas. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 or 7, depending on whether you're going to leave out the indigo, okay? So, and I really don't want any of them to just touch one piece. So I'm going to have red kind of come down here. Very lightly. I'll have my yellow. 1, 2. Yellow. And Roy, red, orange, yellow, green. And my blue. Where did you go, blue? Blue violet? No. Oh my golly. You're not even a colored pencil. Blue violet. Oh my world for a blue. What are you guys doing hanging out in there? Hey, what's that? Oh, blue. And this one's kind of indigo-y. And I got my last one is purple. Boiple. All right, so the things I'm really focused on when I color this in, doesn't matter if you're using colored pencils or crayons, you really want to soften up your coloring as you come into these areas where we're transitioning, because that's where we want the blend, the blendability, the blendiciousness, all right? So we're going to come up here with our, no way, unacceptable. This is not a violet. That's a red violet there, so I'm going to go over with a better. And this one actually looks boiple. So, coming in and hit that little runway where we share it, soft. Give it the blendability. you lose all your blendability. That's a Mr. White word. Don't start telling other people that you know a word called blendability. Once you start doing that, it becomes really difficult to blend. And blending is an area, even though it's in between the colors, I think it's an area that the viewer really likes. And even though it's kind of this kind of halfway area that you don't feel like it's a focus, I do think people love to see the fade and the blend. All right, so now I've got my tone, which is my purple or my violet, and then I've got my, what I'm going to call a mid-tone, which is where I soften it up. All right, coming in with my indigo. And again, when I get up on this line, super soft, super soft. Why? You know it, blendability. All right. So we're gonna keep doing that for all our colors. And I wanna see how you do. So remember, every time you're getting to a color change, soften up, get that little runway between the two, soften up, don't go too hard, so we have some, don't make me say it again. No, I don't need to. Okay, blendability. All right, here we go. Going into my blue. All right, so the other thing we can do that's a lot of fun is, this is kind of the basic level, but then the other thing we can do is add a few splash bubbles, raindrops, teardrops, and I like to do them in the areas where I'm blending colors, because I think, again, getting back to creating interest for the viewer, boom. When I have the multicolored ones, getting back to people like the fade, boom. When I'm dealing with my colors here, on the orange-red side, I don't mind adding a little yellow right here. I feel like it blends it in real well. Get some of those little white spots out of the way, not on the purple part. Yeah, that looks good. All right. So I can add that. Another one over here. And get my yellow out. And that's kind of what I'm talking about.